Well, I'm Gertrude Jackson. I was born in Madison, Illinois. Daddy moved to Arkansas when I was 7 years old. I did my first year of school in Madison, Illinois. And from that, moved down here, and it was lots different. Like in Madison, we had our own little first grade room. And when I got to Marble, we had this one room with this big wood heater sitting in the middle with all 8 grades in one room and one teacher. And so that was very different to me. Now to BGACDC. Okay. Where I come in BGACDC, okay, let me back up. I worked for Mid-Delta in this building. And I was a Head Start teacher for Mid-Delta. And what I looked at, so many children couldn't start to school because they didn't have the immunization. And so many didn't get any preschooling at all. And my desire was to see all the children get some preschooling, because Mid-Delta just had 30, and we had like about 60 more that hadn't seen a book, didn't know anything about school. Also, we had so many children couldn't start school because they didn't have the immunization. Now those were the 2 things that I wanted. And what I did about that just before Mid-Delta started, it was 3 retired teachers here. Well, first I had done the first Home Start program in Phillips County. And that's where you get all your material, you go into the home and you do the same thing we do at school. And so I wanted every child to have seen a book before they started school. Miss Maxine Hathaway, Diamond Smith, Miss Gay, there was 5 of us. And I just found the houses. Each one of us took so many houses. And we went in and read stories. We did the same thing that we did Head Start. So we did that all that year. And the next thing I wanted, because children couldn't start school because they hadn't had the shots and things. And so that was my thing. And that's the first thing we got. We got the Head Start, and then we got the, we had health department here. And so that was my thing, and that's about it. And right now, and that's what had me, why I want to do all this. Right now, I just play, I'm ambassador for BGACDC. But down through the years, I didn't work, I didn't do anything but just kind of volunteer and come out. So. And while we were doing all this, we heard of a person called Clarence Wright. They said some man's there in Madison, in Madison, Arkansas. He's looking for communities that's doing something with children. And that's what we were doing. We was volunteering. And from that, that's how we got started. Okay, what he was looking for people that wanted to do something with children. He was glad to find us, we were glad to find him. First thing he did, he sent me 100 applications for me to find 100 children. And we had formed BGACDC, but we didn't have anything going on. And so we had formed our board. And so I told the board, I said, now, this is what Clarence Wright has sent us. We do these 100 applications. And so didn't nobody want to do it because the application had about 5 pages. And I had worked for Mid-Delta, and I was used to doing all those applications. And they walked away. They said, no, we ain't gonna mess with that. But it was 100. I took those 100 that Friday night. The next Friday night, I had done 75 of them. And that's what made them hook up with Clarence Wright.
So he was managing the Save the Children?
Right, he's those Save the Children things.
And those were sponsorship applications?
I suppose so, because see, I had to take a picture of each child and all that and turned it. And had to do a case history on them. To make a long story short, we got the health department built, added another room to it. And I think it was funded by Rockefeller. And then some grant built 2 extra rooms for daycare back there. And so that's where we were going. And the Lord just sent all these good working people, and they just carry things on. I just sit back and look. Oh, I'm 86 right now.
86.
Got
Okay.
a
How old
birth.
were you when you started?
I was 55 when we started.
Oh,